Students, welcome again to another episode of SB Maths class. We have started the trigonometric functions for class 11, and at the previous video we have described and also discussed about the radian measure, the angle measures basically the angle measures and some of the applications. So now some of the things I have written at the board, just I will say one by one those. We'll describe those, that is the negative arc length, the sign of the trigonometric ratios at different quadrants, like that, and also here the domain and range is there. So after that we'll just do some of the examples, and it will be today's video only. So, and also I am going to say one thing, that is at your physics and chemistry, the limits and the concept of the derivative is very much important now only, and after that the integration is there. So we will try to start the calculus part. So that's why trigonometry is also there at your syllabus, but for the upcoming exam we will do up to this part only, that is the just the basic knowledge of the trigonometry of class 11, and after that we will skip to the limits and derivatives, continuity, those part, the calculus part. After that again we will do the sum of the trigonometry. Actually here it is very much easy, just lots of formulae are there. You have to keep in mind all of these formulae, then you can be able to do any of the sums. It's very much easy. So whatever, let us start today's video. Here the negative arc length, actually we know the length is a positive quantity, positive entity. So the negative arc length, what is the negative arc length? Actually, suppose this point pxy, it is moving around a circle. Now this is the coordinate plane. So if we start from here, this point, then if we go anti-clockwise, then whatever the angles is made, that angle is the positive angle, and if we go clockwise, then the angle is made, that is the negative angle. And such a way the arc length will be also, it is called the negative arc length and it is the positive arc length. This is a slightly basic concept. Here just see, that's why it is, when it is going upwards, that is the positive, with the positive arc length, that is the anti-clockwise direction, then all are positive, x is also positive, y is also positive. When it is coming down, that is the negative arc length and also the clockwise direction, then y is getting the negative direction here. That's why it is called the negative arc length. Now this is the most important thing for the trigonometry, very important thing, sign of various trigonometric functions. You will keep in mind in such a way, because this is the first quadrant, this is second, this is third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. The sign means here, all means you will keep in mind in such a way, all sine tan cos. This is the rhythm, all sine tan cos. So all means all the trigonometry ratios will have the positive sign at the first quadrant. Similarly, only sine will have, sine and cosec, definitely cosec will be there. So sine and cosec will have the positive sign at the second quadrant. Tan and cot at the third quadrant, they will take the positive sign, and cos and sec at the fourth quadrant, they will take the positive sign, and all other the trigonometric ratios, they will take the negative sign. So here all the trigonometric ratios will have the positive sign. Here only sine and cosec will have the positive sign. Here tan and cot will have the positive sign, and here cos and sec will have the positive sign. You have to keep in mind in that rhythm, all sine, tan, cos. Okay. Now the next part I am coming here, that is for any acute angle. If theta is the acute angle, then whatever the value of theta is, if theta is the acute angle, that means the from 0 to 90 degree, then sine of minus theta will be minus sine theta, and cos of minus theta will be cos theta. That means the value will not be changed. The numerical value will not be changed, and also the sign will be not be changed for the cos, but for sine, the sign will be changed here. It is sine of minus theta, so it is minus sine theta. And accordingly the other t ratios will also be changed, because tan of minus theta, if we take tan of minus theta, so sine of minus theta by cos of minus theta. So sine of minus theta, it is coming minus sine theta, and cos of minus theta, it is cos theta. So minus sine theta by cos theta, it is minus tan theta. For cot also the similar thing, minus cot theta will be there, and for sec only it will be sec theta only, because sec of minus theta means 1 by cos of minus theta, so cos of minus theta is cos theta, so 1 by cos theta it is coming, so 1 by cos theta means sec theta only, and cosec theta it will be negative, minus cosec theta. So accordingly it will be changed, all are depending on those two. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta, and cos of minus theta is cos theta. Here I have listed the domains and the ranges of the trigonometric functions. You have to keep in mind those. Very easy, just see, for sine and cos, you know the sine and cos, the range, the values varies from minus 1 to 1. Whatever the triangles you will take, the values will vary from minus 1 to 1. And also the domain is the real number set. You can take any of the angles from the real number set, and you will get the values as minus 1 to 1 for the sine and cos. Now for tan, the all the real numbers you can take, but you have to take off, you have to subtract the real numbers what are of the form 2n plus 1 pi by 2. I have written here 2n plus 1 pi by 2, where n is an integer. For this form you have to take off that one, because what is the rule? Why we are not taking those at the domains? Because at those domains the cos comes 0. So tan means sine by cos, so sine by 0, it is undefined, so we cannot define anything here. That's why we cannot take this one. So r minus this one, and the range will come all the real numbers. Cosec, for cosec, sine n pi is 0 always. Sine pi is 0, sine 2 pi is 0, sine 3 pi is 0, like that. So sine n pi is 0 always. So cosec means 1 by sine. So 1 by sine, 1 by sine means 1 by 0 it is coming. So 1 by 0 is undefined. That's why we cannot take those here. So that's why at the domain of cosec case we have to subtract n pi. The terms or the forms of n pi we will not take at the domain, and the range it will come obviously for cosec case, all the real number set it will come except of the interval minus 1 to 1 what we have got at sine. Okay, because it is the reverse of the sine, so we will not get that one. Okay, for sec x also, for cos 2n plus 1 pi by 2, because cos pi by 2 is 0, cos 3 pi by 2 is 0, like that. So whenever n is a positive integer, then cos 2n plus 1 pi by 2 it will must come 0. So sec x 1 by cos, so 1 by 0 it is same thing, the undefined we cannot take. That's why from the domain we have to subtract the 2n plus 1 pi by 2 that forms, and also at the range we will get all the real numbers except of the interval minus 1 to 1. And for cot the same thing, the n pi, because cot is cos by sine, so cos by sine, sine n pi is 0, so cos by sine means cos by 0 if we take, so it is undefined. So cos by 0 is undefined, that's why we cannot take at the domain of the cot x the form of n pi, where n is the integer. So that will be subtracted, and also at the range we will get all the real number set. So this is the total discussion of the domain and range of the trigonometric functions. You have to must keep in mind these domain and range, whatever I have shown at the board here, you have to keep in mind, otherwise the problem will be here lots of applications are there for those. and also all of these things. And at class 12 there is the inverse trigonometric functions. So there those will be the domains and those will be the ranges. So if you just keep in mind now, from now only, the domains and range of the trigonometric functions, so their inverse trigonometric function just the opposite, that will be easier for you. So that's why all of these are very much important. Just pen down those, and also I will show you 2 of 3 examples, and after that this is the end of this video. Okay, so students, pause the video and then jot down those.